The Ballon d'Or is the most important individual award in the world of football. This is the football Oscar from the world of cinema or the Nobel Prize in science. In the entire history of the award, which began in 1956, 44 players became the owners of the Golden Ball, some of whom received it more than once. This is the channel All Football History, and today we have the top winners of the Golden Ball. The rating is compiled by the number of awards won, and if they are equal, the years of receipt are taken into account. The later the awards are taken, the higher the position in the rating. So it's more of a list than any top. Lev Yashin, the only goalkeeper in history to win the Ballon d'Or. Legend of Soviet football. He played for Dynamo Moscow and spent 22 seasons in his career. Surprisingly, the goalkeeper began his professional sports career in hockey. He played for the Dynamo hockey team and won the USSR Cup in 1953. In the same year, Yashin's team won bronze medals at the USSR Championship. And a year later, the goalkeeper won the USSR Football Championship. What is the greatness of Yashin? He made a real revolution in goalkeeping. We can say that several. Firstly, Yashin actively played with his feet, which no one had done before him, and secondly, the goalkeeper often hit the balls without risking fixing them, which was also rare, and the main thing, he did not hesitate to play on the exits and start the attacks of his team. In 1960, Yashin, together with the USSR national team, won the European Cup. Yashin received his main personal award, the Ballon d'Or, in 1963. Alfredo Di Stefano, Real Madrid legend. The football player won the Golden Ball twice. He received his awards in 1957 and 1959. In particular, it was Di Stefano's game that provided Madrid with dominance in Europe and 5 European Cups. Yes, the Spanish giant already dominated the Champions League in the middle of the last century, just as they do now. Di Stefano, like Yashin, modernized his position on the field. The striker, unlike other players of his role at that time, actively stepped back and helped his partners to put pressure on the opponent and start attacks. A great player who is included in all sorts of lists of the best football players. Di Stefano also played 3 different national teams: Argentina, Colombia, and Spain. Franz Beckenbauer, German defender and another football legend. The footballer spent almost his entire career at Bayern Munich. Like Di Stefano, Beckenbauer has 2 golden balls. He won the award in 1972 and 1976. In Bayern, the player spent almost 20 years of his life and played in almost 600 matches. Beckenbauer was nominally a central defender, but in fact was one of the first, if not the first free defender. In addition, he very often connected to the attacks of his team and scored 75 goals only as part of Bayern. Keegan, one of the greatest English players. He is the only representative of the British Isles who has received 2 golden balls. The Englishman received awards in a row, in 1978 and 1979. The striker was nicknamed the Mighty Mouse. Why? Most likely, because the short player really looks a bit like a mouse, but on the field he was unstoppable. The player felt comfortable in the opponent's penalty area, surrounded by giant English defenders, and often scored with his head playing ahead of the curve. The player's strengths were dribbling and positional play. Keegan was both an incredibly technical player and a player who had an incredible sense of moment. His winning goals in the finals of various tournaments brought many titles to the clubs for which the player played. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, the second German player in our top. Rummenigge was the striker. Like his compatriot Beckenbauer, Rummenigge received 2 golden balls. He was chosen the best football player twice in a row, in 1980 and in 1981. He, like any great German player, spent most of his career at Bayern. He played for a team from Munich for 10 years and scored 218 goals. Contemporaries claim that Rummenigge was not only an outstanding scorer, but also possessed extraordinary leadership qualities. When the striker was on the field, the whole team began to work much harder. By the strength of his will and character, he could lead the whole team and save even a hopeless match. Brazilian Ronaldo. Another winner of 2 golden balls. He is one of the most gifted footballers in history. The striker received his first major award in 1997. The second half of that year Ronaldo played for Inter Milan, and in the first half of the year he was enchanting as part of the Barcelona. But the second award was presented to him 5 years later, in 2002. It is noteworthy that at that moment the Brazilian was playing for Real Madrid. Thus, Ronaldo became the owner of the Golden Ball both in Barcelona and in Madrid. It's hard to imagine, but this story really happened 20 years ago. Johan Cruyff. The first player to receive 3 golden balls. He became the best in the 71st, 73rd and 74 years. About Cruyff, who was the personification of total football, nothing can be written or said better than the statements of the partners and contemporaries of the legendary Dutchman. For example, Ajax striker Johnny Bosman said, "Cruyff thought he was always right." And, the funny thing is, he really was always right. Marco van Basten said, "He had such perfect technique that even as a child he was no longer interested in this aspect of the game. From a young age, he absorbed tactics, he understood the game so deeply that he always knew how this or that episode would end." An indicator of Cruyff's greatness was his transfer to Barcelona in 1973 for a record £1 million at the time. Michel Platini. The second player to receive 3 golden balls. He received 3 consecutive awards in 1983, 1984, and 1985. They said about him that he can give transmissions with his eyes closed. Platini did not differ in physical development, but he excelled the rest in technique, incredible dedication and diligence in training. After moving to Juventus, the fans coldly received the player and gave him the condescending nickname Frenchman. But Michel endured all the attacks from the audience and the press, endured the hard Italian training, and took all the titles with Juventus that could be. And in parallel, he won the Euro with the French team. In 2011, Platini was recognized as the best foreign player in the history of Italian football. Marco van Basten. Another player who has 3 golden balls. He is a striker, and his career might not have started. At the age of 14, doctors forbade the boy to play football due to an ankle injury, but his father convinced the future legend to continue training. And already at the age of 17, Van Basten played for the main team of Ajax. He replaced Johan Cruyff. Marco received the Ballon d'Or in 1988, 1989, and 1992. Unfortunately, due to injuries and pain in the legs, the footballer ended his career already in the 95th year. Only 12 seasons in professional football. The football player played only for Ajax and Milan, played 373 matches and scored 276 goals in them. Cristiano Ronaldo. 5-time Ballon d'Or winner. A player who, with incredible, simply fantastic talent, excellent technique, top speed, and amazing scoring instinct, has not forgotten that in order to become the best, you need to work. Work hard, hard and hard. An incredible Portuguese machine, a professional striker with a capital letter. Thanks to hard training and a strict lifestyle, Cristiano Ronaldo has developed all his strengths to sky-high heights. Cristiano received his well-deserved golden balls in 2008, 2013, 2014, 2016, and 2017. Ronaldo is now 37 years old. He still holds a high level and is one of the top scorers in the Premier League last season. But it is unlikely that he will be able to win another Ballon d'Or. Lionel Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo is a great football player, but who knows if he would have become so great if not for Messi. By the way, would Leo have been on the first line if not for Cristiano? In any case, the fans were lucky to live at the same time with both players, but other players, frankly, were not at all lucky. Alien from outer space, Lionel Messi. He coped with all health problems in childhood, not without the help of Barcelona, which paid for the expensive treatment of a young talent, almost €100,000 a year for a 13-year-old guy. It makes no sense to tell how cool Messi is. He has 7 awards, for 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2015, 2019, and 2021.